your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Hey, welcome back, Vigilante Nation, for this round 6 of the Vigilante Racing League's Premiere Series. This is the Vigilante Racing Network coming to you live from the virtual Kansas City, Kansas for the Naughty List 200 at Kansas Speedway. My name is Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg here in the booth, and we will be bringing you all of the racing excitement and action here tonight. And we're going to get you started right now with some session details. All right, folks, tonight's race, 133 laps. That's 200 virtual miles here at Kansas. The fuel capacity is set to 65%. They have 4 additional sets of tires over the wall, so that's 5 total with what they start the race on. They do, this is a misnomer tonight, normally this series does not have a fast repair. However, they did get gifted one here tonight. So we'll just call that in the spirit of the season, an early Christmas present for these drivers. So tonight and tonight only, they do have 1 fast repair. Now, the incident limit is set to 25 and 6, and as always, iRacing controls the cautions, the lucky dog, and the waiver rounds. For the championship battle, let's talk about this for a second. Super tight. Points only battle for this fall season. First place right now is the 51 of Dylan Bryant, 119 points. Second place, 89 of Craig Goodenough at 106 points. And tied for third, you have Jack Dixon in a 48 and Andy Player in a 13 at 102 points apiece. And fifth position, Chris Goins in that number 1 machine with 99 points. Now, right now, folks are starting to grid up here. They just finished up qualifying. We're getting right into the racing action here tonight. Make sure we have all of the volumes turned up here for you. Should be in good shape. Let's go through the starting grid. All right, on pole, Jack Dixon tonight. He also had this on Monday night. Super fast. Got something figured out here at Kansas. Second place is Dylan Bryant. Scott Milner third. Scott Roney. The Scots here in the second row. Scott Roney is in fourth. John Janebachler is fifth. Sixth place, Trevor Robertson. Mike Adamson seventh. Aaron Warren in eighth position. Tony Benfield in ninth. Greg Dawson in 10th. Chris Goins 11th. Albert Anderson, America's driver, in 12th. Tom Bears 13th. Andy Player 14th, Kelly Kill 15th, Sean McDonald 16th, Dion Jones 17th, Dave Mayberry 18th, Jesse Redding 19th, Craig Goodenough in 20th. 21st is Ricky Wittenberg. Actually, that's kind of that's a ghost Ricky Wittenberg. He's in the booth with me tonight. Just appears, he'll appear on your timing screen tonight, folks. Just don't pay attention to that. So Jacob Alicia is in now 21st, 22nd, Jonathan Osborne, 23rd, Mike Everidge, 24th, Russ Kilgore, 25th, Andrew Cawthon, and rounding out your 26th truck field, John Gallagher. Well, I don't know about you, Ricky. I'm pretty excited about this race. We had some trouble getting on to put this show on here tonight. We had a lot of technical difficulties with SDK and some of the antivirus systems. A lot of updates out there in the iRacing world today, folks. If you are an iRacer and you haven't already punched your ticket to get the updates, beware. It has caused some conflicts in software. But with that, Ricky, what are you thinking tonight?
Kansas is always a crap shot. You never know what's going to happen. I heard that the race Monday night went caution free. I know they can get spread out here, so I don't really know what to expect. If we get a couple of early cautions, it's probably going to be wild. If they make it to lap 25 or 30, it may go caution free.
Yeah, they absolutely. It was a very clean race on Monday night. Flag to flag, folks, from the green flag to the checkered flag. We'll see if they're able to do that here tonight. I expected, honestly, a lot more action on Monday, Ricky, a little calmer event here Wednesday, but maybe they're flipping the script on us.
Yeah, you never know with these guys. Everybody's racing hard on Wednesday night, and I know they've got a fast repair tonight, so they kind of got a Christmas present, I think, from the league with this fast repair. I don't know if it'll make them drive any more aggressively or not.
All the way to the right on pit road.
Yeah, we'll find out about it. You got the admin Lori Vaught out there. My wife is giving them the business right now. She can see that pace truck pulling off and about to go green on the flag man.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are underway. Jack Dixon gets away clean with Dylan Bryant there on the outside, not really letting him get too far away. Times the start of the race here pretty nicely, able to jump down there in front of the 19 of Milner and immediately start to pull some of that draft from the 48. Now they go to the high line. 023 is Scott Roney out there helping the 51 get up there and challenge for the lead, but not really. I mean, 48, he was lights out fast on Monday night. They didn't have anything for him. And I heard him remarking after the race, if he's able to get out to about a 1.5 to 2 second lead and break the draft, he can pretty much check out on him.
Yeah, once you can break that draft, it seems like you could drive away here, and then when you're kind of in the middle of that pack, it's tough to get away from anybody.
We kind of jump straight into the action here tonight, folks, with all the different difficulties had in getting the broadcast started here tonight. Let's go ahead and give you some atmospherics. Take a look at this weather. Tonight, 68 degrees, quite cool out there for the ambient temperature. Track temp is at 72 degrees. High humidity, 95%, with an 11-mile-per-hour wind out of the north under partly cloudy skies. So pretty cool conditions. Should be plenty of grip out there for these guys for the most part.
Oh, wreck at the back. It's good enough, and Alicia. Oh, and good enough. Paint slaps the wall a little bit.
See if we can get to it there. C31 here. Who else was in it? Good enough? They're still rolling. No caution.
These two they've seemed to find each other several times this year, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they have. All right, no indicator on the screen here of any kind of incident. So we're going to have to roll this back manually, folks, to see what happened here. Pretty exciting. Yeah. Oh, I cannot believe that wasn't a caution, Ricky. See, good enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look. Good enough's in the 89 truck right there on the outside line. Alicia 31 on the inside. Yeah. Oh, does he bounce off that? There was something else that might have happened that caused that 89 to come down.
Maybe he was reacting.
They both, the 81, and looks like maybe the 88 got into the wall there. He reacted to it, went down. Yeah. It just kind of, it wasn't clear when he went down to avoid that incident. That's like Deion Jones out there on the outside along with the 81. Is he getting any damage here?
Trevor.
He's going to get some.
Just a bit. I mean, considering he probably feels pretty lucky just to get that little bit there. See if we can get back up to live.
And I wasn't trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. When I saw that back, I noticed real quick that there's definitely no intent there. That was just a racing deal. They just kind of seemed to be together quite a bit.
No, for sure. You're still up front. You don't have a change for the lead yet, but you do have a change for second place. Dylan Bryant has dropped back to fourth for all you Bryant fans out there. Now fifth position looks like, with Trevor Robertson taking over second place, Scott Milner in third, Scott Roney in the fourth position. Let's take a look at Trevor Robertson there. He's doing a good job here tonight. Don't remember if he was here on Monday night or not. Look at him get a run, though. Really closing in on that 48 machine. Now, new tonight. Well, not new, but I don't normally have this, but I do have an onboard with Jack Dixon. Over the right-hand shoulder there. Racing out of Mitchell, Ontario, Canada. Not checking out tonight so far.
Well, it looks like the field's keeping him honest so far. It's a pretty good pack up front. I mean, there's not really a break until you get back to, well, to the end. I mean, they're all technically in the same pack still, basically, except Craig Goodenough.
Yeah, taking a look backwards from the hood cam, essentially, of your leader, you can see, we get a little bit of a spread there. Oh, 6 gets into the wall, just a bit, not enough to hurt his truck. But to your point, they're all within each other's draft. So no one's really checked out here, but they are beginning to spread. We have 8 onboard cameras here tonight, Ricky, and I'll go ahead and read those off. And you already saw one with the 48 machine, but we also have the 01 of Kelly Kill, the 023 of Scott Roney, the 085 Greg Dobson, Jacob Alicia in the 31 machine, Andy Player in the 13, Dave Mayberry in the 29, and Jonathan Osborne in the 81. Oh, look at this. 6 machines going for the lead here, trying to get up alongside. That was close.
Got a little hot.
We also have Scott Milner looking on. Got Kyle Vaught out there saying Trevor's creeping on up. Oh,
we got some.
48 scrapes the wall. That's not going to help it. It's going to kill his momentum. 19 looking to take advantage as well, maybe.
Got Dustin really out here in the chat tonight. It's good to see Dustin. Haven't seen him around in a while.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy. Kevin Hunt in the chat said he wants to possibly be able to come back next season to VRL. So good to see Kevin Hunt in the chat too. Papa Anderson out there. We got Kyle Vaught out in the chat. So quite a few people out here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to hear from some of those guys that have been absent for just a little bit. I think I also saw Sean McDonald hasn't been racing with us for a little bit. He's back actually on the track tonight in the 23 machine. One of 3 Canadian drivers on the track tonight, to include your leader, Jack Dixon. Man, they're really getting spicing it up front here now. But Jack is not allowing that 48 machine. The 48 machine is not allowing the 6 of Trevor Robertson just to go past him and take off. They are working it side, drafting each other. It's getting pretty spicy up front here. 19 and the 99, they're in third and fourth, probably licking their chops.
Yeah, that high groove where Trevor's able to dust the wall up there, he's able to keep that momentum up. I don't know if he's saving his tires doing that or not, but I would think that ripping the wall, he probably is doing better than having to pin it to the bottom.
Yeah, now he's crossed over on the 48, taking the bottom position back again. I guess he figured wasn't going to be able to affect the pass. He didn't have any help on the top for sure. Draft not a huge deal here at Kansas, but it's not absent completely either.
Yeah, it almost seems like it is a drafting race right now, the way they're going. But I'm guessing that the handling right now, with the track temperature and everything, they're able to probably still hold it wide open. I'd say in a few more laps, they're going to have to start pedaling it, and that'll spread the pack out.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm also going to go ahead and go over some penalties we had from last week from the Daytona race that we didn't mention so far. The drivers you have who started at the back tonight are the 82 of Mike Everidge, the 89 of Craig Goodenough, the 123 of John Gallagher, the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, and the 31 of Jacob Alicia. In addition, the 82 is going to have a drive-through penalty, Ricky, in the second half of the race. because he had a few incidents, which is what affects that additional penalty. That's tough to recover from, especially in the second half of the race.
Yeah, when you have a penalty like that where you have to do a drive-through around halfway, you really got to hope that you get very lucky with a caution.
At the 88, America's driver sitting here, racing each other pretty hard. 13 sitting right behind them there in player. We're starting to see maybe the early indications of Jack Dixon trying to check out again. He's out to a 0.5 second lead, which is pretty good here.
I think Craig Goodenough coming out of the pits. He's looks like he's had to make some repair.
Yep, right there. He is a lap down now. He's the first truck a lap down. So if there is a caution, he'll be the lucky dog unless someone else gets past in the interim. Man, look at this. This is a snarly pack here in the middle. Sometimes 4 wide. You got Craig just on the inside of the 023 machine. That is not going to be for position of Scott Roney. But this pack here, Scott Roney, John Shanebacher, Stoney Benfield, Dave Mayberry, the 10 of Andrew Cawthon. All these guys are racing pretty hard. Got old Dave Mayberry racing up Tucson, Arizona. You see his onboard right now. Driving that 29 Apex out of the Apex stables. Looks like the 22 of Aaron Warren's looking to take position there. As we see Mike Everidge, who had a penalty to start the race, he probably, if I'm him, he's sitting at 15th right now. I'm going to try to get as far forward as I possibly can before I have to take that second half drive-through. And maybe he'll get fortunate, have a caution in close proximity to that drive-through, which is really probably ideal considering his situation.
Yeah, that's his best bet is to catch a caution around the drive-through, so it could minimize it. As long as he's not the caution, then that'd be a whole new problem.
See, right now, we see if we can get a look. Mike is sitting here looking at 3 trucks basically blocking his path of Osborne, Warren, and Mayberry. Yeah, Daytona was a pretty eventful. Whoa, look at this 22 to 29. That's almost disastrous. 721 coming into the picture of Jesse Redding. Man, I'll take some of this, boys. Let's get up in here and see what we can do. Finally going down to two wide here, right in front of this position.
Yeah, they say discretion is the better part of valor. I would have definitely backed out of that 3 wide. I think everybody behind them, they were just looking for a spot, though. They weren't ready to back out. Now McDonald's taking it 3 wide. Everybody's ready to race tonight. I think they know this is the last race before Christmas, and they're going to get all they can get in the Vigilante Racing.
Yeah, for sure. This just looks incredible. The action we're seeing here tonight. Oh, 721 gets wiggled.
Osborne in the wall. Alicia bounces off the truck outside of him. Is Dobson. They're all over each other. This is a heck of a battle. 22 laps into the race.
Yeah, it's just this from like 12th, 11th, all the way back here to the 19th position. It's just a dogfight, and not much different. There in front of you see another group of drivers going into the turn a little further forward of, looks like Dave Mayberry. You look at this chopper cam, these guys here. That's just a lot of trucks in close proximity. You get on up here in front of Dave Mayberry, you got Stoney Benfield and company. Mike Adamson, Scott Roney, Andy Player, all sitting here. This is pretty good battle going on as well. Dylan Bright's made his way back up to 3rd in the running order. Just behind Trevor Robertson and Jack Dixon, is still maintaining that lead, but now has pulled out to a 1.2 second advantage.
We got Dustin really out in the chat asking us what's the pit window tonight. Do we know the how many laps they can get here?
Yeah, I have about a 29 lap pit window. They stretched it further on Monday night, but just doing a straight calculation that doesn't account for some of the drafts and the ability of these drivers in many cases to save fuel. So anywhere from 29, I would say probably to 33-ish. And we're about to find out as we've completed 25 laps. We should be coming to that green flag window really soon.
Looks like the fastest truck on the track right now is Dylan Bryant third. He just clocked a 32.26. Dixon up front's ran a 32.32. Robertson's in the fours. Most of the guys are in the fours and even fives and sixes in the top 10.
Yeah, you got to kind of wonder with this 1.4 second advantage, is Dixon saving his stuff now for later on in the run to make sure he doesn't get past. But yeah, for sure, I know that Dylan Bryant, the 51, he is very good at saving his tires early in the run. You think he's falling back, but he's just making sure he's going to be there in the long run.
And they are still having a dogfight back here around 10th. I just saw Adamson bump drafting Shane Bachler down the straightaway on the last lap. Looks like Tony Benfield almost clipped the grass going low there. They're still racing really hard there right inside the top 10.
Yeah, this is no doubt. 29, 10, 80, all these guys are right together. I think I just heard Milner saying he's going to pit lane, maybe. It's a 19 truck right here. Clean and green so far, folks. Not trying to put the curse on them. Well, our first taker, I was about right. Lap 28. We'll see how much further these guys, especially the leaders, are going to try to push it. Scott Milner, racing out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. Go ahead.
Hey, Greg Klein out there in the chat. He said that he's in the hotel room tonight. He'll be back for the next race.
He should have taken his travel setup so he could race with us tonight, man. You see Dixon still going around. He does not go into the pit lane immediately trying to follow the 19 machine, looking to run it long. The 89 trying to get his lap back, going to probably be able to do it pretty easily here. The old-fashioned way. Jacob Alicia, John Gallagher, Dion Jones. Looks like they may be on pit lane. Dion's coming off. These two guys just came off. Here comes Dixon now. Roney's pitting as well. Hearing these guys calling out. Several takers. Robertson, Roney, Benfield, all in pit lane. Dix is not, he's wanting to keep that 48 machine in his sights. He's going to stay right on his tail, be prepared to take advantage of any opening that he sees. Trevor racing out of McCrory, Arkansas.
2. This time 81, this time 81.
All right, we are full-fledged into the green flag cycle, Ricky. So hear them all calling it out now.
Yeah, it seems like most of them are coming in. There's still a few staying out there. Whoa! Osborne was trying to come in, and he hooked it. He's going to have to go around again. That's really going to hurt him.
Yeah, Dylan Bryant still has not pit lane. All your top 10, Jonathan Osborne, Kilgore, Warren, Everidge, Redding, Mayberry, Hawthorne, Adamson, and Gomes, and Bryant all have not been on pit lane yet.
2 coming in.
Current leader
Bryant's
and points leader.
now.
Yep.
22 this time.
Here he goes. And 89 is choosing to come down pit lane as well. Having suffered a bend early that did not result in a caution. Looks like everybody's coming down. All the guys I mentioned, Gomes, Cawthon, Mayberry, Redding. The 88 machine of Mike Adamson of Sanford, Florida. Aaron Warren and the 22. Russ Kilgore in that 2 machine. Oh, missed his box just a bit. Had to back it up. That'll cost him a bit on the track. Jonathan Osborne, like you mentioned, he had to come all the way back around. Probably had to nurse it if he was really low on fuel. Tom McDonald also on pit lane. He's just kind of sitting there. I don't know if something happened or not. But the lead has been reassumed by this man, Jack Dixon, your leader by 1.33 seconds over the 6 machine of Robertson. He was able, through that transition, or that cycle of pit stop, rather, to increase his lead. It was about 1.2 when he hit pit lane. Guys are putting on a clinic tonight. Did the same on Monday. And as soon as I'm satisfied that we finished out these pit stops, we're going to go through the field and show you where your favorite driver is running. Now, folks, that you're out there, please make sure, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. And hit that notification bell. We are here every Wednesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern racing for both the Premiere and the Vanquish Series. But we also have special events like the upcoming Daytona 24-hour. And if you don't want to miss things when they go live like that are out of sequence of our norm, hit that notification bell. I also want to mention, while we have the opportunity, that we are sponsored this season primarily in both of the series by Tow Call. So if you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you're in need of a tow, a jump start lockout, or a tire change, contact Tow Call at towcallroadside@gmail.com. That's all one word, towcallroadside@gmail.com. And we thank them for coming on board this season as our primary series sponsor for both of our VRL series. All right, folks, looks like we have finished out the green flag stops here, and we're well on our way to the next one. So while we have this opportunity, let's run through the field. Jack Dixon, your leader. Again, now he's out to a 1.8 second lead over this man, the 6 machine of Trevor Robertson. Racing out of McCrory, Arkansas, Trevor started. He's up 4 spots from where he began the race in 6th position. Next up, you have Scott Milner. Scott racing out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. You got Lori out there also in her on-screen chat telling us, hey, give us a thumbs up as well. That's a good point. I don't think I ever asked for that, Lori, but that's a good point. That does help us with the algorithm and get these guys seen who work so hard to put on a great show for you guys in the series. So Scott Milner, again, out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. He is right where he began the race in 3rd position. There's Jacob Alicia. Jacob's made an incredible run so far, Ricky, at 18 spots from where he began this race, and now in 4th. That's incredible.
Yeah, he's been moving on up tonight. Now he's just there with Craig Goodenough, and I know that it was incidental contact earlier, but probably want to be careful around somebody that spun out with, just in case they may have see it differently.
Right, and Craig hasn't had the opportunity to see it outside the truck either to know exactly what happened. So who knows what he's thinking? But I don't know what you see on your screen at home, Ricky, but it looks like Jacob Alicia is running a plane scheme, or my trading paints might not be updated properly.
I'm seeing him in the winter green, big red, or the winter green and big red.
Yeah, so I wonder what happened there. Anyway, so 31 machine, I might try in a minute to refresh those paints, but right behind him, Dylan Bryant, down 3 spots where he began, running in 5th, racing out of Stem, North Carolina. Your current championship leader. He'll be up there vying for this victory, even if it goes green the entire way. Got Ronnie in the 023 machine. You hear Albert Anderson there on the radio. You should be able to hear him. You got the 023 machine of Scott Roney. Changed up his color scheme for us tonight. Usually sporting like a blue calming effect. Looks like he's in the red mist tonight, Rick. You don't know if that's a statement. Just wants to put himself in the right headspace and going after this, but he is certainly running well in the 6th position.
I'm glad he's got the in car just in case. And then, when he gets through that breakthrough, we want to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be exciting to watch, and a tremendous interview. I am certain of it. Next up in 7th position, 13 of Andy Player out of Concord, New Hampshire. He's also one of our onboard cameras tonight as well. We sometimes get a glimpse of his crew chief, the cat. We got to find out what the cat's name is, Mr. Pickles or something like that, I'm sure, so we can call it the cat when we do see him. But doing well tonight there, Andy is up 8 positions since he started the race, currently in the 6th position. And looks like he's passing Scott Roney for that. We talked about Scott already. Chris Gomes is right there in number 1, looking to also take advantage, racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Like he's going to be able to get around him. He's up 4 spots now with this overtake, running 7th, dropping Scott Roney down to the 8th position. John Gallagher is next out of Roseville, California. John is up 18 spots so far tonight, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll take a quick look again. Yes, indeed, he was one of our penalized cars, has definitely made up for that and looking for more, running in 9th. Now you got Albert Anderson, America's driver, and also our premier sponsor with Tow Call, racing out of Washington, D.C. Albert is up 2 positions right now in 10th. And John Shanebach out of Louisville, Kentucky. That 12 machine, he's down 6 positions at the moment in the Coors Silver Bullet machine. Running in 11th. In the 12th position, up 14 spots so far, Andrew Cawthon out of Bartow, Florida. That's a great run. Coming up 14 spots from where he began the night, and he did not have a penalty, so maybe he had some issues on qualifying. Super clean here tonight. We're going to drop back to the faster passenger, Stoney Benfield out of Albemarle, North Carolina. Right now, Stoney's down 4 positions, running 13th. In the 14th position, down 4 positions so far, we have Mr. Greg Dobson racing out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. Like I mentioned before, one of our 3 Canadian brothers to the north here in the field tonight. We have Dave Mayberry racing out of Tucson, Arizona. Dave is in 15th, up 3 spots from his starting position of 18th. Closely followed there, maybe going to be challenged momentarily by Jesse Redding in the 721 out of Knoxville, Iowa, who's also up 3 positions. Looks like Jesse's a little bit faster than Dave is at the moment. Looking to maybe try that high side for the pass, as we are 46 laps into this event, folks. 17th, the second tow call machine. Tom Barish out of Pass Christian, Mississippi. Like he's being challenged by Mr. Mike Evers there. Mike's running in 18th. Out of Melbourne, Kentucky. As we mentioned, Mike is the one driver tonight who's going to have to take a drive-through penalty at the halfway point.
Didn't mean to make it that easy for you, Chris.
And 22nd, or excuse me, the 22 machine, running in 19th. We got Mr. Aaron Warren. Don't know where Aaron's from. He doesn't have it here on his overlay. Deon Jones racing out of the Phoenix stable. That 4 machine, running 20th. Up 4 positions so far tonight out of Yorkville, Illinois. Russ Kilgore is running 21st. Seattle, nice looking Seattle Seahawks paint scheme. I think that's one of yours, right?
Yep, that's one of mine.
And when I say yours, it's Shocker.
Shocker Graphics.
Shocker Graphics, right?
Yeah.
All right, 88 machine out of the Phoenix stable. Nice looking black and orange. I always like that kind of those colors really go together well for me as far as my eyes concerned. But Mike Adamson's running 22nd, down 15 spots. Kind of unusual. Didn't expect that. He must have had some trouble somewhere.
He was running around the top 10 when the pit stop cycle happened. He had something happen in his pit stop.
And so he's trying a little recovery run here. And Jonathan Osborne as well, fast everywhere we go, out of Woodbury, New Jersey. A little bit surprising to see him running in this position as well. Don't know if you have any intel on that one, Ricky. Did you happen to see anything that went down?
Yeah, well, he did miss the pits the first time around. He overcooked it, and he had to limp back around, so I think that's what happened to him.
And we're taking a look at Jonathan's onboard right now. He races out of Woodbury, New Jersey. I don't count him out yet. And he did start with a penalty tonight, made his way up forward, and must have had some issues. We get a caution or something like that, and strategy comes into play, you can expect to see him take advantage. And once we get through the field here, folks, we'll have Ricky take a check on the chat. I see a bunch of people posting out there. Keep it up. We like to see it. As I mentioned, there's a 23 machine of Sean McDonald. Sean's down 8 spots right now out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Running 24th. And then we got Craig Goodenough out of Helper, Utah. Don't think we have an onboard for Craig tonight. In fact, we do not. And yeah, he just had some bad luck at the very beginning of this race, and he's just been in recovery mode ever since. Go back here. We got Kelly Kill on pit lane. That's an early stop for Kelly. But Kelly is in 26th position. Don't know if he had a problem. Let's see. Let's take a look at the front of his truck. Don't see any problem there. He's not. Don't see him in the truck, though. So maybe something has happened. Up Mr. Kelly Cool. Back up front, you've not missed anything. Jack Dixon still in the lead, except for now he's another second out in front of Bryant. Do you want to give us a check on the chat there, Ricky?
Yeah, we got a lot of different things going on. Dustin really, I think he's still giving his cut to trading paints accidentally. He said players moving on up there. Taylor Proback says, great night for VRL Racing. Hey, Alan, Ricky, and Mama Lori. Hello, Taylor. And Kyle Vaught is saying hello to Taylor. I don't know if they're not in the same vicinity right now, but I mean, I have texted inside the same house before myself.
Yeah, me too. Folks, you see a transmission interrupted screen up there. That's just so I'm attempting to update the paints to see if we can get the proper ones up there. It may not work, but we'll be back with picture in just a moment as Ricky continues through the chat.
Yeah, that's Dustin really says Kelly had to go get some peaches, but I don't know what happened to Kelly. Actually, I did see that he had disconnected and then he reconnected. I don't know, maybe he was having some connection issues, but tough break. I know Kelly would have been. This is right in his wheelhouse, kind of track that he's good at.
Oh, for sure. Oh, he's still down there in his channel. Maybe we'll just pull him up and ask him ourselves while we have this green flag run here before we get started on the green flag pit stops. Hey, Kelly's down in Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, we see that you're on pit lane. Doesn't look like you're damaged or anything. What's going on?
I got my brakes were messed up, so I had to go and fix that. That caused me that. That's why I went through the infield there. Did you see that?
I don't think we caught that. Did you catch it, Ricky? I didn't see it.
No, I missed that one.
Oh yeah, that green flag stop. Yeah, it wouldn't stop, so I drove through the infield there, and it gave me a holding, black flag. And I was 8 laps down, so just irritated at the moment.
Well, we just wanted to find out what happened. We saw you still in the chat there, so we appreciate you talking to us, buddy. Looks like we're about to start green flag pit stops, and while we have you though, you're out of this one, which is not ideal, obviously, but we got a week off, and then we go to Chicagoland. How do you think you're going to fare at Chicagoland?
I like Chicagoland, so I'm hoping there I can get a really good finish there. I hope I qualify well, see if I can run up there in the top 3 or 4 or 5. Sorry, 3, 5. I think I'm pretty good there, so we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for talking with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you guys.
All right, buddy. Later.
Later.
All right. Yeah. So now we know what happened. We see Jack Eller's on pit lane. We also took a look real quick. The 19 was the first to start the cycle last time, Ricky. So I'm thinking everybody else is going to start hitting it pretty hard and heavy in a moment.
Yeah, and this is where it maybe paid off for Dylan Bryant, where he stayed out extra on that first stop. If he stays out extra on this stop again, he may have 6 or 7 laps fresher tires than Dixon on this next round.
Well, you can see he is bringing down that lap time. It's around 1.8 right now. He was over 2 seconds, so he's closed in already. As we're hearing others hit pit lane 75, and others are going into the pit lane as the leaders are staying out still. See, Jack Dixon went in on lap 29, which is Dylan Bryant didn't go until 31, so that was a 3-lap advantage there. So we'll see if Dixon tries to run it a little longer this time to maybe even it out.
What are you putting in?
Nope, Dixon's coming in right now. We'll see what Bryant does, which he's right there.
10's fitting, 10 is fitting.
He does not go in. So he had 3 extra laps last time. I'm sure he's going to do at least 3 this time, most likely. As you got Dixon, Trevor Robertson, Scott Roney, if I can catch his name here, Andrew Cawthon, Tony Benfield, all on pit lane, or completing their service in the case of Stony Benfield.
12 fitting.
Dylan Bryant staying out again.
And so Dixon hit the pits there, Bryant. See how much longer he stays out this time. If if he clocks in through 4 or 5 laps more, Then the next pit stop, you know, he'll stretch it out another couple of laps
pitting.
more than likely, and that adds up when you get that much fresher tires by the time you've done 3 green flag rows.
You see Chris Gomes is right here behind your leader, the 51. These guys all the way to 7th. So you got Bryant, Gomes, Redding, Warren, Mike Everidge. This plus 19 right here. Tom Barish on last on pit lane at 31. Now, as I'm noticing this, Aaron, Warren, Everidge, Barish, and Kilgore just hit the pit lane. So the top 3, Redding, Gomes, and Bryant, are still out there. Drop back here a little bit as you see 6 trying to get around those fresher tires around Jesse Redding. Just forward of him, you see Gomes and Bryant on pit lane. Redding sounds like he's slowing down. Is he going to go in here? Yes, he is. So they're coming in at 62. Going to cross over for 63. That's almost another lap, probably. Jack Dixon went in on 59 rather. So if this holds 63, that's an additional lap that they were able to drive further this time. All right, here they come. Jack Dixon just drove past right there. You see him taking over the lead again. But he is going to be, no, it looks like he's going to come out to be 3-lap advantage. It came out to be a 3-lap advantage again. He went on 59. Bryant went on 62. Clean and green up to this point. 63 laps into the event. That's incredible. Not shocking to me. I watched them do it on Monday night for the mock race. And Jack Dixon was able to walk away with the victory then. We'll see if anyone's going to be able to challenge him for that here tonight.
Got Trevor Robertson and Dick and his teammate and Dylan Bryant look like the two that have the best shot at challenging Jack. But Dixon's got it out in the wind tonight, man. He is moving.
Yeah, right now he's 2 seconds over his. They're the same team, right? Robertson and Dixon, same team, I think.
No. Dixon and Dylan Bryant are on the same team.
Gotcha. Was almost a 5-second advantage from Bryant to the lead. Don't know. Maybe Bryant had a little bit of trouble in pit lane? That's a pretty big, sizable lead there. Anything happening in the chat there?
No, Lori asked for a crank it up after the green flag cycle of pit stops.
All right, that's probably a good idea. Looks like we've pretty much shaken out now for the pit stops. So, folks, if you want to hear what it sounds like in these virtual trucks, crank up those speakers on your computer or your TV, and we will be right back.
Molly, stay to the right up there and go sit in. Molly, doing my drive-through now.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord, can you clear my glass? I'm not sure where I got me. Thank you.
All right, folks, hopefully you enjoyed that crank it up segment there. 22 laps into the event here. You're riding on board right now with the Chris Gomes machine, number 1 out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll get you a rundown what's going on up front as we see Gomes trying to get around Milner here. Pretty tight. But they're going to make it safely through there. That was for position. Gomes taking over 7th from Scott Milner. All right, back up to the front of the field here. Jack Dixon's out now to a 2.2 second lead over the 6 of Robertson. And the 51 of Bryant was able to chop that down a bit. He was around, what, 5 seconds, I think, Ricky? We last looked at that. It's now down to just under 4-second advantage from 1st to 3rd.
Yeah, he was just over 5, so he is chopping it down bit by bit here for this run.
We got some chat going on out there. Anything we missed while we were doing the crank it up?
Yeah, Dustin Wade has joined us in the chat saying hello, VRL family. So good to see Dustin. Said he's going to be ready for the next season as soon as it starts. So he'll be ready to be back next season. Good to see him out there in the chat.
Yeah, we got Kyle Vaught out there as well. Kyle's been down, injured to reserve, not able to drive. Don't know when he's going to make it back. I know he is certainly jonesing. He was looking... Ricky, don't know if he mentioned it to you, for other ways to get out here in the track, all the way to the point of, hey, man, I'm going to use an Xbox controller. Went out and gave it a go and discovered that he wasn't going to try that because he just had no confidence whatsoever in being able to get around the track with that thing in a safe or even remotely competitive manner.
Yeah, and that just shows you how impressive it is what Jonathan Osborne does with his mouth. Because even with the controller, we can't. I've tried it too. I've tried a controller. It don't happen. It don't work.
Yeah, Jonathan is an impressive individual. He races out of Woodbury, New Jersey. Been with us for a long time here in this series. In the league, he races in both series. And yeah, it's incredible. I mean, you can go door to door with this man, and he is going to give you a battle, and you're going to earn that position if you're able to. And he's certainly one of the fastest drivers we have on the track. All right, let's go through the field again. Let you know where your favorite driver is. Let's see when the last time they were on pit lane. Let's see, 59, it looks like. So we can start looking maybe towards the end of this race here as we're getting closer to the century mark. But your leader was last on 59. He can run about, just say about 29 laps. So you're looking at lap 88. So about another 10 laps. We should see another round of green flag pit stops. But there's your leader, Jack Dixon, racing out of Mitchell, Ontario, Canada. Just really controlling this race here tonight.
Yeah, he just did a really nice job of maintaining. Once he got out front, he separated himself. He seems to just hold. Oh boy, back here.
Oh.
I say that, and I was watching some.
Sorry, Jack. I kept it in the fence for
some
you.
movement here. We got Cawthon, Osborne, Milner, Shane Buckler, and Albert Anderson. Now Osborne hard in the wall again, so he's having some issues.
Yeah, you missed it up here up the front. We just saw the 89 who was about to be lapped getting to the wall pretty hard and almost took out the leader, but he held it, like a good driver would try to do, held it into the wall so he wouldn't take out the leader there.
Wow, we got action all over the track.
Say it again, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. Now you got a battle for second here. So 51 has caught and is now trying to overtake Trevor Robertson for second position. And he does so, putting himself just 3 seconds out of the lead now in the second position. All right, working our way back here. Let's see what is the gap or the interval here.
I'm just gonna ride, buddy.
The Andy player is up 10 spots, running in fourth. And it looks like he is 5 seconds out of the lead. Alicia is running in fifth. He's 6.4 seconds out. So these guys are pretty well spread out now. And we'll take a look at the map real quick so you kind of get a visual. Look at all the dots, folks, all over that track map. We are in every nook and cranny of this track. We're looking at fifth position, Jacob Alicia right now, which is indicated on your track map by the green circle around the number 5. Jacob races out of Indianapolis, Indiana. We actually have an onboard with him tonight, which I don't think we've actually taken a look at. So let's get a look at that while we have the chance. Jacob racing on that G920 or a Logitech G920 machine. That's what I started on, and a lot of pros even race on that. If you're not into iRacing, folks, yet, and you're out there looking for an economical way to get into it, about a $400 rig gets you in there, and you will be competitive, and you can win on that piece of gear or in a much more expensive piece of gear. It doesn't matter. It's more about immersion when you start buying more gear. It's not necessarily about performance. Jacob running in fifth right now. Chris Gomes out of Charlotte, North Carolina in sixth position, up 5 spots. Scott Roney, Salt Lake City, Utah. He's down 3 spots from where he began tonight in fourth, running seventh right now. Andrew Cawthon up 18 positions. Again, impressive run here tonight for Andrew out of Bartow, Florida. Racing out of the Phoenix stable. Albert Anderson right there behind him. All-Star Racing. Yeah, they're talking to each other there on the track. You probably heard a little bit of that exchange. Albert's up 3 spots right now, running in the in the 9th position. And again, we mentioned it previously, but Albert Anderson is the owner of the primary sponsor for the league, which is Tow Call. And again, I want to shout them out. Tow Call, if you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area and in need of a tow, a jump start, lockout, or tire change, get in touch with Albert's company, Tow Call, at towcallroadside@gmail.com. That's all one word, towcallroadside@gmail.com. Just behind Albert, you got Shane Bockler, down 5 spots. Shane, John started in 5th tonight, right now running in 10th. He had dropped a little bit further back in that Coors Light Silver Bullet, but looks like he's made up some ground now, headed back in the right direction. In 11th, we have Jesse Redding, the 721 machine, up 8 positions on the night so far. Followed by Dave Mayberry out of Tucson, Arizona, up 6 positions, running in 12th. Aaron Warren, running in 13th, down 5 spots right at the moment. Tony Benfield also down 5 positions, running in 14th. John Gallagher looks like he's hitting pit lane. Going to relinquish 15th position. He was up 12 spots as he's going on the lane right now.
I think what's happening now, and some of these guys are kind of cutting this run in half a little bit. Well, no, I guess they are getting close to the end of the run. Maybe they're not, because
about
even
88.
with them pitting now, they're still going to have to pit one more time for a splash and go or 2 tires or something at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that'll be the strategy. Will guys get to where they know that they can make it to the end on gas and go ahead and pit so they'll have fresher tires? Or will they just stretch it and try to come in and only get a couple of seconds of gas?
Yeah, I mean, right now they're starting lap 88. They needed to get to about lap 104 is what I'm calculating to be able to get to the end. And that doesn't include, setting yourself up for the possibility of a green-white checker.
I thought Dixon was way off the pace, but I'm watching the guys around him. They just all got fresh tires.
Well, I tell you again, Dixon's still way out there at 1.6 seconds, but each time that they do this, he gets fresher tires for about 3 laps, stretches it out, and then Dylan Bryant in the 51 is able to close it back in before the next set of green flag pit stops.
Whoa.
123 is going to pit. 023 will pit here.
Oh, I got Scott Roney hitting 023. I think said he's hitting pit lane.
Yeah, and there's a lot of 2.3s because the 123 and the 23 almost had a crash right in front of the leader. Dixon in.
Yep. So this is going to start it here, but they're definitely going to have to pit one more time. Dixon does it. That'll be 14 laps into a potential 29 lap run if he decides to come in right on the mark. I would say if I were in that position, Ricky, I would not do it that way. I would run it out a little bit longer and try to have fresher tires.
If I was Dylan Bryan, I would pit right now because even though he's got that tire advantage, it takes him the whole run to catch up, and we're getting closer and closer to the end of the race. I would try to be on almost the same strategy as Dixon.
Yeah, have a chance, right?
Extra 3 or 4 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, have a closer than even chance, because in this case, if he went in under 2 seconds, kind of hit the lane at the same time, then he doesn't lose that ground he's made up throughout this last stint. Now, if he stays out, which he's still doing, he's going to go back in that same position.
Well, the flip side of that, if there's a wreck, he would be in much better shape. But
Catbird seat, he's tracked a bunch of guys a lap down.
Yeah, but we've not had any so far, so the odds are that we're going to stay green.
And looking that way. All right, let's see. We got Redding, Gomes, Adamson, all on pit lane here. Tom Barris now coming into pit lane for their service. And Dylan Bryant is now also on the lane. So Jack Dixon was in at 89. This is 92. So this is about right on schedule. You guys are hitting it, 3 laps apart each stint. It's just a matter of who's going to come out on top for this cat and mouse game. If it plays out like this, who's your pony?
If it plays out like this, I think Jack Dixon has it. We have a caution, then man, it'll be Katie bar the door because they'll be 10. Everybody will be fast for 10 laps.
Yeah, for sure. Just like we saw at the beginning of the race. Now, and to your point, we have caution. We've been so clean and bragging on these guys up to this point, how we haven't had a caution. But if we have one at this point in the race, I predict it's just going to be a caution fest from that point out.
Yeah, if we have one now, I'd say there'll be 3 or 4 before it's over with.
Pretty tight battle here between these 3 trucks. The 12, the 023, and the 10. That's going to be Roney, Cawthon, and Shane Buckler here. All for positions 8th, 9th, and 10th right here.
Dylan Bryant cycled back to 5th on that green flag pit stop. And I think I don't know if he had some problems, but he's much further behind than he was the last time.
Yeah, he's nearly 6 seconds. He's just under at 5.85. And he was about 5 seconds at the beginning of that last stint. I don't think quite that far. But this is not going to help his chances of getting up there. If Dixon's able to manage traffic very efficiently, which he has done all night, that's going to be a tall task for him to be able to get up there and challenge him for this win.
Thank you, John.
Now, Jacob Alicia has moved up to 2nd, and he is, he's just under 3 seconds behind Dixon, running about the same lap time.
And Jacob's been one of those drivers we've talked about over the season that is, hey, you're not paying as much attention and suddenly he's there. He's just able to so accurately take care of his machine and his equipment, his tires, and then get up there to the front when it matters. Jacob racing out of a very popular auto racing city, Indianapolis, Indiana. I wouldn't be shocked if he probably also didn't run some IndyCar here in the service. I have to ask him
From
sometime.
Indy, I think it's sacrilegious if you don't run Indy cars.
Right, you might get in trouble. It's one of those deals excommunicated if you don't.
Yeah. I just noticed something that I must have missed somewhere along the line. Chris Gomes is running in 22nd. He's a lap down, so he must have had an extra pit stop, or he was held on pit road for speeding, or had to do a drive because something happened. Because he's way back in the pack.
Yeah, looks like he's the first truck a lap down. Right here, running behind the 22 machine. And then Mike Evers, just take a check on Mike. Mike had to serve that pass-through penalty. He's now running in 23rd position. It's really hurt him. The last thing he wanted to see was a caution-free race. Yeah, good little battle going on right here. Between 720 of Redding, 123 with Stony Benfield right there in front of them, the two of these trucks. All different lines here too. Some guys preferring to run that top or the bottom and the middle. Some guys running one top at one end of the track and then the bottom at the next end of the track.
It's just called searching for grip wherever you can find it.
Yeah, you can see these guys running pretty tight here. These situations that could get a little bit, could turn into that caution that people have been looking for. With 33 laps to go in the race, Jesse Riggin just splitting the difference there. You guys are all over each other. 4, 5, 6 trucks right here in this little pack. And they're getting after it. Let's see, what are they on? Let's see, Mayberry with lap 90, 87 for some of these guys. Russ Kilgore in the 2 machine was last on pit lane at 84. So it's not even tires in this group, and that's why you're seeing these passes happen so dramatically. But it's entertaining nonetheless. Right back up here, taking a look with 99 machine, America's driver Albert Anderson there with the 023 machine, Scott Roney. Yep. Scott's going for the pass here. And communicating with the 99. 99 saying, hey man, take the bottom. He must not be on the same strategy, or the tires are different. Let's take a look. Let's see. Yeah, 86 and 89. So Roney has 3 lap fresher tires than the 99 machine. And, you know, when you're out there, you know it's more efficient not to battle somebody you know you can't win the battle with. It's oftentimes better to just let them go by, and you try to draft and keep your momentum up.
Yeah, unless it's right at the end of the race where you don't want to lose the spot. You don't want to stay side by side because that just slows you down.
So we're coming up on that magic mark of 104. They should be able to make it from here whenever the 48 crosses the line to the end of the race. Now, what kind of takers are we going to have? You know, if I'm in, I don't know, Ricky, the second half of the top 10 there, maybe I would choose to do that and see what I can make up.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was in the second half of the, I don't know, Craig Goodenough had some kind of an issue. It looks like he backed way off. He's riding around on the apron. I don't know if he's having an issue with his him or what, but he's riding around on the apron.
A couple times. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, I see that. He's on the back stretch. Is he coming off pit lane? It looked like he just came off pit lane.
No, he wasn't, because I was actually watching the group that he was in, and like he jerked it out of line, and then I'm not sure what happened. Something happened.
It's like he's hitting the lane now. Yeah, must have had some kind of an issue. We got a battle going on here between the 29 and the 75 of Stony Benfield and Dave Mayberry. 2-lap difference here. It looks like Mayberry has an advantage, but Stoney's not letting him get away free.
Now, I think we're about at the point here where if they pitted, I think they could make it to the end of the race, or at least maybe the next lap. So if I was toward the tail end of that top 10, I would come in now and see what happens.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if I got to lap 108 to 110, I would go ahead, because that's like 23 laps from the end of the race. You've accounted for a green-white checker, so you wouldn't have to come back in if there was a caution. Now, doesn't mean you're going to be fast if you find yourself in that position. But hey, it's worth a try. You certainly might have a chance to scoop up a couple more spots, you know, by having the tire advantage for a little bit longer. As we see, 48 machine is still out there in the wind, 2.7 seconds away from Jacob Alicia, sitting in second. Jacob up an incredible 20 spots here tonight, right in that second position.
And Trevor Robertson's lost the handle. He was just in front of Dylan Bryant there just a minute ago, maybe a couple laps ago, and now he's dropping like a rock.
He's
If
4 laps to
Trevor,
yeah, 4 laps difference in the tires there.
Yeah, if I was Trevor, I would definitely be peeling off into the pits if I was Trevor Robertson.
Like right now.
Yeah.
And Bryant's doing that recovery thing again. He's almost to under 3 seconds, but not quite. Is where 25 laps to go, coming up to hit 25 laps to go. You should see how it goes right there. Change on the screen. You hear Scott Milner, always the early bird hitting pit lane. He's going in again now. Coming in pretty hot there. A little squirrely on his greasy tires. Probably made it no problem, looks like. Will that draw others on the pit lane? 24 laps to go. Dixon not going in.
Time, buddy. I'm pitting in. 2-4.
Nobody around Mr. Jack Dixon here. He's enjoying a 2.6 second lead. Now the 51 is now in second, though. Again, closing down. 24 laps to go. Now, if I'm in Jack Dixon's position, I see Dylan Bryant hit the lane. I'm hitting it immediately on the next lap.
Yeah, he's got to play whatever Dylan Bryant does, and he's got to do it the next lap.
Been a minute, I think, since we've had Jack Dixon on the top step of the podium here in either one of the series, man. So this would probably be a great interview. It's been a minute.
Yeah, and if he does it in this kind of a fashion, it wasn't like he fluked into this win. He just took him to the woodshed tonight so far.
Yeah, statement.
I'm going in, Ronnie.
All right, Jones is hitting the lane. Got Robertson, Shane Bachler, Warren. It's Aaron Warren, that is. Greg Dobson, Dion Jones, Jonathan Osborne, and Russ Kilgore all on pit lane right now, and Andy Player as well coming down. Take a look from right now you're riding inside of Dylan Bryant's cockpit. You can see his prey up there, but he's still back 2.28 seconds as they make their way into the backstretch here. Yeah,
Jack Dixon might have been coming in that lap, but he didn't, so he's still hanging on out there.
I thought he started to. He lost about, what, 0.2, 0.3 right there just in a short time. Might be him thinking about it and then deciding to go one more time.
Oh, boy.
Got these, look at these trucks up here trying to get past him. That was pretty close.
35 this time.
And Barish coming in, heard him make an announcement.
Fake Jack is probably coming in.
He's coming in right now. Let's see if 51 matches. No, 51 stays out. I don't know that was the play. What do you think?
I would have pitted with him, but
if he goes in next time, it won't be too bad, maybe.
Well, I guess it depends on if Jack takes 4 tires, and Dylan waits a couple of laps and just takes 2. maybe he could hold him off.
Oh man, I don't know if I. Man, you think you would take 2 tires? I don't know, man. If that'd be enough, we'll see. Okay, Jack's taking 2 for sure. We're watching. If he takes the left side, he does.
Yeah, he's taking 4.
Yeah. We'll see if Dylan stays out again. He does. Nope, he's on the back stretch rather. And he's going to be in bad position, right? 75 to underneath him. If he's going in, he's got to duck in behind him. I'm just going to stay out this time, catch a little draft. I just wouldn't stay out there too long.
I mean, maybe he's banking on a caution. Maybe he doesn't think there was any way he could outrun Dixon. He thinks this is his best shot.
Right, that's true. I mean, stay out there, hope to catch the caution, go in under the reduced speed. Obviously, hold your position and have fresh tires too, because the other guys are going to want to stay out and maintain track position.
And Dustin really in the chat says it'd be slick just to take 2 tires. Yeah,
Here
it
it comes.
definitely would be slick.
Let's take a look and see if what he decides to do here. As we watch him make his way down pit lane, what must feel like agonizingly slow. 16 laps to go here, folks. Let us know in the chat. Do you think we're going to make it to the end under green? Is this going to be another flag to flag event here? Right side's up. Always taking 4.
Well,
All right.
okay, so now his strategy is hoping there's caution that comes out, and he stays out, and he's got a few lap fresher tires than Jack Dixon, and then he could maybe outrun him that way.
Yeah, for sure. As we're on board with Jack Dixon now, he's running in 4th because others in front of him, Adamson, Alicia, and Robertson, have not taken the pit lane yet. They're also probably hoping for a caution. Bryant is in 7th position. Let's pop that battle box up there on you. Bryant's not going to show up in that one, actually, because he's too far back at the moment. Oh, 15 to go. Who's going to win this race, folks? Tell us in the chat. Go ahead.
I'll give you the bottom, getting in the one.
Alan, I think that Alicia and Trevor Robertson might be in the catbird seat. They pitted so much earlier than Jack Dixon. I don't think he's got time to run them down.
Gonna be close. I mean, right now, Dixon's 4 seconds back. He is chopping it down, but 14 laps is not a long time.
No.
Go back up here with Jack. Jack's running in 3rd now. 3.8 seconds back. I mean, he's taking them down at a clip, pretty good clip here. Alicia and Robertson are right together. There's only a 0.2 gap between the two of them. So if he catches 2nd, he catches 1st. But will he make it?
He's gaining 3 to 4 tenths a lap. So, I mean, yes, in theory, he would catch him, but catching him and passing him is 2 different things.
For sure. You can see them right up there in front of him. He went on pit lane 5 laps after they did. That's a lot of difference in the tires, but will he burn the good off getting to him?
You know that he's not holding anything back. He's wide open to the floor.
Yeah, Trevor Robertson and Jacob Alicia may have pulled a rabbit out of the hat here. And don't know. Are they on the same team?
No.
They're different teams, so they probably won't do any team orders there to ensure that one wins. So we'll see how this works out. 2.7 seconds.
They ran 7s, and Jack just ran a 3. So another 4 tenths of a second that lap. He is going to catch them probably in about 6 laps, maybe 7, 6, 7.
And that's going to be right at the end. So a matter of whether or not he has enough to get around both of them. Not just one, but both. And they're right together. They haven't really gotten away from each other. Here they are. Yeah, it's going to be tight. And as we look back, oh, you see Jacob Alicia hit the wall. That doesn't help his cause. Here's the 6. And you see that third truck back. Oh, so is the 6.
The wall.
31 goes around. That's going to help that 48 catch up to him. 48's probably like, hey, keep doing that. I'm totally good with that.
Trevor Robertson jumped the cushion there and just got a little too much in turns 1 and 2, but I don't think it hurt his truck. He'll get that momentum back, and now he's got a little draft, so he's going to be right back up on it.
Yeah, Kyle Vaught out there pulling for Trevor and just saying, hey, man, come on. He is down to 1.2. What he doesn't need to do is scraping that wall like they did, because he is chopping it down. He's down almost to a second. And once he gets inside of that, I think he's going to catch even faster.
Yeah, it's. I thought that might pay off for him, but I think that Dixon's just going to run him down. Just the tire advantage is too much, and I would say they can block, but here it's so wide. I don't think you can block that many lanes.
He certainly cannot waste any time in getting around him, and doesn't look like he's going to.
Oh, same issue for Robertson out of 2 again, pushes almost into the wall.
Yeah, it makes that easy.
Up his white flag. Yeah, he's threw up his white flag. I think he knows what he's done. But he's going to try to hang on to at least 3rd. Andy Player is going to try to make a move up to the top 3. He's in 4th, and Dylan Bryant is right behind Player trying to get back to that top 3.
Yeah, we're watching Dixon try. He's tracking down his prey here. Jacob Alicia in that 31 machine. 7 laps to go. Definitely has the time to get up here, and probably has the grip to get around him within a couple of corners. It's like Dylan Bryant's 5.8 seconds back, just now moving into 4th past Player. Really don't see any opportunity, Ricky, for him to be able to get back up here without absent of caution.
Oh, but you're about to have a race for the lead side by side. When that happens, there might be a caution. You never know.
Here we
go.
go.
Pushing it for all it's worth.
Like 48's going. Looked like he was going to do a crossover there. 31 kind of wants to mix it up on him, but the 48 goes to the outside. Not going to be an easy pass. 48's probably saying, hey, to himself, be patient, You're in a good position. You don't want to have an incident. 2 reasons. You don't want to wreck. Secondly, you don't want to caution.
Yeah, he's just got to be patient here, and he's got it.
He's got it.
He's got him cleared.
Now he's just looking for that white flag. I know these are the points in the race. If I'm in the lead, it's just unnerving. Just show me the white flag. Show me the white flag. Because the next flag after that, folks, ends the race. If you can get to the white.
I think Dylan Bryant's going to get it to Trevor Robertson for 3rd. That's going to be the race. He made up a second that last lap on him, so. It's going to be close between those 2 at the end.
Yeah, you got here, man. The Steel got his cape out trying to get that last step on the podium. Still a couple seconds back. Yeah, just at 2 seconds back of Trevor Robertson in the gap. Tripping over now to 1.84. I mean, he's cutting it down. I don't know if he's going to get there, though. 3 laps to go. Going to be right at the end. Jack Dixon stretches out his lead out front there of Alicia by a half a second and continues to increase.
They chopped it. Trevor Robertson lost 0.8 of a second that lap to Dylan Bryant, so we'll see how much closer Dylan gets this lap.
Coming to 2 to go here. You can see the 6 right there in the background. 2 to go.
He ran a second faster. He's definitely going to catch him. Just is it a matter of can he pass him? I don't think Trevor's got anything left.
We're about to find out. Come out 3 and 4 to start the last lap. This is what Jack Dixon wants to see. 1 lap to go, folks, right there. Next flag will end it. We go back here and take a look at the 51. Looks like he's going to go make a play for the last step on the podium. Nix just doesn't have anything. He's got really nothing. The 51 just throws it in there with the extra grip that he has. Dix is going to concede. Go back up here. Jack Dixon going through the last turn. He sees the podium, or he sees the top step of the podium in his grasp, and it is a win now for Jack Dixon here at Kansas Speedway. Jacob Alicia brings it home in second. Dylan Bryant, third step on the podium, and Trevor lost out on that last lap, ends up bringing it home in fourth. And then in fifth position,
Jack, great job, man.
you got Andy Player. Man, what a race, flag to flag, Ricky, again here on Wednesday night.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it seems like when they can get through that first green flag cycle, a lot of times you will go caution free here.
Hey, Jacob, way to take that second, man.
Yeah, we'll sit here with Jack Dixon for a moment, folks, and see if we get some burn down action. And if we don't, make sure you don't go anywhere. We are going to interview your top three, your podium finishers here tonight.
Hey, no.
Don't know. Lori's getting on somebody. Here we go.
Figured that was the case. We never hear him talk like that.
51 in there. 99 crashing the party, huh?
Wrong channel.
All right, Jack, burn it down for us, buddy.
Some choice words for my pick crew as well.
Mr. Jack Dixon winning it here tonight. Here we go.
Did not see you there.
It's all good. I didn't see you either. Okay, drivers, give it about 5 minutes and we'll do some post-race review.
As you see him on his live onboard,
on the choice words for pit crew, but I think it's more choice words for myself.
give us some good burnouts. You put it up on the wall there, just burn down the tires.
Boxes were checked and they still only did a 1.5 pit stop with no gas and no tires. Spun it in the apron on one trying to get out.
All right, folks, we're going to get these guys up in here into the chat for the post-race interviews. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good.
All right, folks, we are back and we're getting ready to interview your third place finisher, Mr. Dylan Bryant, who brings it home in that 51 machine. Hey, Dylan, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey, man. Great run for you here tonight. Brought it home. Third step on the podium. How you feeling about this?
Oh, yeah, great, man. Anytime you can snack up a podium and a teammate wins is a win to me. So a great job, Jack. I think I had like the second best car. I just stayed out a tad bit longer, just trying to have a way around them at the end if it was a late race caution. And yeah, just an outstanding job for him and Jacob too.
No, yeah, for sure, man. Your teammate was lights out here tonight. You were fast as well on a slightly different pit schedule. We were kind of noting that. We figured you were playing it to perhaps have a late race caution that you could take advantage of those fresher tires. But hey, Ricky, what do you have for our third place finisher?
Yeah, another good solid run tonight, Dylan. That's what I was going to ask you about. When your teammate was that fast, it seemed like you all pretty well had equal speed. So did you feel like that was the only chance you had, was to kind of still go off strategy?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a caution. I was just wanting to switch it up a tad bit. I really didn't have too much of intention of racing them too hard and costing us both a win. If I was there to them and stuff anyways. Because of course with the playoffs, well, on the points format for the shorter season, it's about being consistent and stuff, and it's not always about just a win, but yeah, first, second, or third place tonight is great. I didn't have to use up a drop week, so that's a plus too, because it's a third place finish. So I'm trying to save that third place finish for like the unknown tracks like Dega or the Glen.
Well, hey man, you came in here, great run here tonight for the season. You came in here as the points leader. You remain the points leader, out in front of your teammate Jack Dixon at 153 to 142. So it's got to feel pretty good as we go into the break. We are not racing next week, which is Christmas Eve, but we are racing on New Year's Eve at Chicagoland. How you feel about that?
I feel great about the off week. With some stuff going on, but yeah, Chicagoland's one of my, I wouldn't say my best track, but it's a better track like Kansas is. So hopefully I can just keep on getting these podiums, sneak in a win or two, and hopefully have a strong second half to the season.
All right, buddy. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Same to y'all, and also to shout out real quick to my teammates.
Go ahead.
And to Lori, of course, and VRL for everything that y'all do and stuff on and off the track. And I hope y'all have a great night.
You too, buddy. Take care. All right, folks, that was your third place finisher. We're going to move on up the podium here and talk with the second place finisher, Mr. Jacob Alicia. Hey, Jacob, buddy, you got us.
Hey, Alan, I got you. You got me on camera?
I'm going to have you in just a moment, actually. There it is. Now we got you.
Okay.
Hey, man, so great run here tonight. 20 positions you made up in a flag-to-flag run. How did you do that?
Well, my strengths lie in long green flag runs, and when you string them all together, I feel like I was able to get on and off pit road really quickly. I was able to stay really consistent, and I just played the strategy to what would benefit me best more to the short term, and it really worked out. Man, being up front with 10 to go, 5 to go, I could smell the victory, but I just didn't have quite enough to keep Jack off of me, so hats off to him. He was the guy up front all day, the guy to beat, and I almost got him. Maybe next time.
Yeah, you sure did. And I don't know if you noticed, but for whatever reason, my trading paints didn't put your normal Wrigley and a Big Red scheme on there. So we'll get you fixed up for Chicagoland. But hey, Ricky, what do you have for our second place finisher?
Yeah, good strong run, Jake. That was a good finish. I know that it's tough when you're getting past with just a few laps to go, but still got a podium, so good job there. What I wanted to ask you is, we talked about it during the race. Alan mentioned you're from Indianapolis. Are you a bigger IndyCar fan or a NASCAR fan?
In May, I'm the biggest IndyCar fan there is when the 500 happens, and the rest of the year, I'm a bigger NASCAR guy.
That's a good answer. That probably will save your butt in Indianapolis.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know anybody who actually lives there who's not a huge fan for the month of May. So, I mean, the whole town turns into a parking lot. I've seen some behind the scenes. It's incredible. Do you guys enjoy that, or you kind of like don't look forward to it? I imagine you probably got to give me a good answer here, not to get into the bad graces of anybody.
Oh my, no, I don't even have to lie. It's the best part of the year, man. The Indy 500 along with the Coca-Cola 600, it's the best day for automobile racing. And usually you'd have the Monaco Grand Prix that day
right.
too, but I think
F1.
they're swapping up that schedule a little bit. But like guys doing the double, like Kyle Larson is a huge story and everybody's following it. The whole west side of Indianapolis turns into an enormous like street fair. It's amazing. Like so many people take part-time jobs to help out and make the 500 what it is. the whole west side of town is actually known as Speedway, Indiana. Like, it has its own jurisdiction. It has its own high school. I dated a girl that went to Speedway high school. Like, it truly is interwoven into the identity of Indianapolis, and it's a really special place to grow up. And I'm lucky enough to grow up with some family members who also lived in southern Indiana and were big into dirt oval racing. So I've got a ton of different kinds of backgrounds of racing in me, and I think that's one of my strengths.
Yeah, no doubt. Just having that pedigree and that interest in those different types of sports, I'm sure is helping you here in the service. But hey, man, incredible run here tonight. We're going to Chicagoland next week. Can you tell me how you feel about Chicagoland, and then give me some shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Sure. Chicagoland is probably the closest in terms of shape and race strategy to Kansas. And I always seem to race really well at Kansas. So I think you can look out for a good result from me in Chicagoland. Assuming that I don't start back in the back again. I know me and Good Enough had a little coming together on like lap 2, but as far as I can tell, I'm an innocent party there. So fingers crossed. Hats off to you guys for hosting the league for us and running an excellent broadcast as always. And hats off to all the families in America who will be celebrating Christmas next weekend, or sorry, next week.
Absolutely, buddy. Hey, we appreciate it, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
All right, see you guys then.
Good night. All right, folks, that was your second place finisher, Mr. Jacob Alicia, in that 31 machine. We're going to jump back over here. I don't know why that stopped on us here. Here, we'll get that fixed up there. And we'll get your race winner, Mr. Jack Dixon. This should be an interesting interview. Pull him up now. Get everything where it should be. Lots of different buttons to push here, folks. Hey, Mr. Jack Dixon is Alan and Ricky in the booth. You got me, buddy.
Got you guys.
Hey, man. What a run. You went and showed the way on Monday night. I was curious because if you were going to be able to do it here on Wednesday night as well, and you did. You just were out front all night, started on the pole. How's it feel? How'd you do it?
Oh, I don't know. It feels great, though. Didn't really do much this morning. Got up, still ate my Cheerios. Didn't change my routine, so I knew qualifying up front was the key. Get that clean air and then allow second and third to battle and then allow you to get a gap. So I just worked hard on qualifying first, and then once I did that, I just wanted to maintain a gap for different pit strategies. And I knew there were a lot of fast guys out there, but as long as I pitted within 2 or 3 laps with them with a gap, I would be okay. But when I started getting off cycle and guys like Dylan could hit about 5 or 6 laps after me towards the last session, then that made me a little nervous. But just overall great night.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our champion here tonight at Kansas Speedway?
Hey, really good job, Jack. Glad to see you on top of the podium, buddy. I know you've had it rough here the last few seasons. I wanted to ask you though, this year you're second in points. You've put everything together. Have you changed something around, or is the luck just changed around? What's going on? What's making Jack better this year?
Yeah, I'd hate to say that it was a change of luck, but I honestly don't know. Like, I haven't changed anything. I just, keep my nose clean and keep it out of the stupid spots. But maybe would have been a little bit closer in points if I, would have just relaxed at Sonoma and maybe not got that penalty and lose 5 points. But, just keeping it clean and putting trucks in good spots and keeping up with the big boys. So, that's about it.
Are you doing a great job? Go ahead, Ricky.
Oh, I was just going to say, Chicago's the next race, and it's fairly similar to Kansas. You think you're going to have that same kind of speed as Chicago?
I sure hope so. I don't run a lot of Chicagoland, and it's one of those tracks where I think I'll be all right, but put down a few laps and get used to the track, and you just be consistent with it, and I'm sure I'll be all right.
Well, man, you had an incredible run here tonight. You are second in the points coming out of this race with 142 points, only 11 back of your teammate, Dylan Bryant. You think you're going to be able to take him for the season and take on the hardware by the end?
well, if I didn't say yes, then why am I racing? But you know, he's probably going to be a really tough competitor to get close to. You know, he's fast every night, and you know, you watch his race craft, kind of learn from it, and you know, it helps you get fast.
Oh, great, man. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks at Chicago. And before I let you go, do you have any shouts for teams, fans, or family?
Oh, you guys for another amazing broadcast, and Lori for running it, and you know, putting up with our stuff again, and all the drivers for a clean race tonight. You know, I really wanted it to go green, and everybody was clean racing. Gotta thank my teammates, you know, Dylan, Tom, Albert, and Jeremiah behind the scenes. So thank them, and my sponsors for racing in real life. You know, they kind of helped me, and it kind of translates to this. Got Larry Hudson Chevrolet and Superior Sealers and Cloudwater Wells. I know people say iRacing is just a game, but you know, it does translate.
Well, yeah, and it definitely feels, the competition feels real to me. I think it feels real to a lot of guys here in the series. That's why we get so emotional about it, but that's what keeps us coming back, in my opinion, man. But what a great run tonight, Jack. Great to see you on the top step of the podium, man. Congratulations once again, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Thank you, everybody.
All right, good night. All right, folks, that was your champion here tonight, Mr. Jack Dixon. You want to give us a check on the chat before we go through all of the final results here, Ricky?
Oh man, we had quite a bit come in there, Alan. Dustin really there toward the top. It said great job by Alicia, not causing any drama to Dixon on that pass for the win. Kyle Vaught congratulates Jack. Caution-free race. Great job, everybody. Nicole Walsh said good job, Dylan Bright. Kevin Hunt, great racing for VRL and good win, Jack. Albert Anderson, Papa Anderson, congratulating Jack Dixon. So is Dustin Riley. Dustin Wade, good race. Congrats on the win to Jack. Albert Anderson, the second or the third or junior or whatever he is, the racer Albert Anderson. Congratulations, Jack. Then Lori says she loves our guys. Congratulations on another zero caution race. VRL is the best, and thanks to our drivers, family, and fans. Yeah, that Dustin really congratulated us on the broadcast, so I appreciate Dustin being out there watching tonight.
No, for sure. I appreciate you, Dustin. And we're going to get the results in here for you, folks. So starting with, again, your champion, Jack Dixon in first position. And Jacob Alicia up an incredible 20 spots to come home second. Dylan Bryant, third. Trevor Robertson, fourth. Andy Player in fifth. Scott Roney, sixth. Albert Anderson, seventh. Andrew Cawthon in eighth. John Shanebuckler in ninth. And Aaron Warren rounds out your top 10.
Yeah, Jesse Redding in 11th, Scott Miller 12th, David Mayberry 13th, Stoney Benfield 14th, John Gallagher 15th, Tom Barish 16th, Mike Adamson 17th, Chris Goins 18th, Dion Jones 19th, and Mike Everidge rounded out the top 20.
Coming on 21st is Jonathan Osborne, Russ Kilgore 22nd, Sean McDonald 23rd, Greg Dobson 24th, Craig Goodenough 25th, Kelly Kill in 26th, rounding out your 26 truck field. And folks, that does it for our results for tonight. Any parting shots here or final words, Ricky?
I know there's no shots tonight. I don't think. I think everybody's probably fairly pleased with each other after a caution-free race. But just want to wish everybody out there and watching and all the drivers a Merry Christmas next week. And I hope everybody has a good one.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. And then, as always, I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for everything she does for me, my family, this league, and these drivers. We all love her. And again, I echo Ricky's sentiment. Merry Christmas, not happy Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2 weeks for Chicagoland, because that's going to wrap up round 6 here for us. It's in the books, and we're moving on to the great state of Illinois. So be sure to tune in 2 weeks' time. It's going to be on New Year's Eve, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, so you don't miss any of the racing action. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.